Good morning. World leaders gather in New York this morning under perhaps the greatest pressure yet to tackle climate change. The issue will be front and center at a special one-day summit which kicks off the UN General Assembly. The meeting today coming on the heels of a wave of protests. Millions of people in more than 150 countries on Friday, and a dire new report from scientists revealing record-breaking global temperatures. CBC News has been closely examining the science and the politics around climate change for some time, and in just a moment we'll take a look at how the issue is playing out in the election campaign. But to begin this hour, Melissa Kent with more on the new call for action at today's UN summit.
Almost 200 leaders are here and some 600 meetings are scheduled. But today's Climate Action Summit is the UN Secretary General's signature event of the week. He's told world leaders to come here with concrete and ambitious announcements, no pretty speeches. This is a pay-to-play summit. About 60 world leaders are taking part. Germany's Angela Merkel, Boris Johnson, Pakistan's Imran Khan, to name a few. The aim: to close the gap between the goals set out in the Paris Climate Agreement and the pledges to date.
So the critical thing to understand about this summit is that this isn't about setting goals and targets. We already did that. We're now in the deeply difficult business of decarbonising our economy and implementing the goals and targets that we set. And so this is a moment to sort of slingshot the political leadership we need to land by December 2020 some really serious national plans with really serious emissions reduction targets in them.
Today's summit comes on the heels of a report released yesterday in which leading scientists show climate change is hitting much harder and much sooner than forecasted. It also follows Friday's global climate strike when people across the planet took to the streets to demand that politicians do more to protect the environment, as well as the UN's first ever Youth Climate Summit on Saturday. 16-year-old Swedish activist Greta Thunberg will open the summit today with the Secretary General. The Canadian government is in a caretaker period, so no new announcements and no Prime Minister at this year's UN gathering. But the Mayor of Montreal will be speaking on behalf of cities at today's summit. U.S. President Donald Trump is not taking part. He's hosting a separate meeting at the UN on religious persecution. Melissa Kent, CBC News at the United Nations in New York.
Now,